You cannot get there from there. This is one of Abraham Hicks' most famous phrases that they use to remind us we cannot look at something we are wanting to experience, whether that be a particular thing, an object, it could be a relationship, a version of ourselves that we want to become, whatever that is, as long as we're looking at it as a coordinate on the map that we have yet to reach, we cannot get from coordinate A to coordinate B because, for the simple reason, the frequencies are completely different. Point A is saying, this is what is here, this is what I'm experiencing. And through the awareness of point B not being here yet, point A can only project more of that frequency onto the screen of our reality, which contains only the ingredients that say, point B is not here yet. It is not experienced. It is not part of this reality. It only exists as an awareness that it is not here yet. Hope that makes sense. So when Abraham say you cannot get there from there, what they're essentially saying is, in order to go from point A, where you're currently at, to point B, to what you are wanting to experience, those two frequencies must match. It's law. They have to match in order for what it is you are wanting to become birthed and realized in your physical reality. So what is the solution to observing something that you want, but becoming the frequency match for it to show up? Well, you must focus your attention in a way that you are not seeing point B as not being here yet. So anytime you experience something in your 3D reality that you have a tendency to react to, you must find a way to experience point A, where you are currently right now, that you are not generating resistance towards point B not being here. Because it's the resistance that is holding point B away from being experienced as a real, tangible, expressed reality in your 3D world. It's just the resistance, because as Abraham also say, it is done. Once you shoot that rocket, it is instantly done. There is nobody up in the clouds contemplating whether you deserve to have that thing or not. It is instantly given to you, by you on an ultimate level. It is given to you by you. So the only work you really have is to eradicate the resistance that you are creating for whatever reason, whether you don't feel you're worthy to experience that thing, you feel like it's not safe to experience that thing, for whatever reason, you are creating resistance within yourself relative to the thing that you've identified you want. You must soothe and eradicate that resistance within yourself. One of the ways I have found to be a great help is to invest time every day into feeling the feelings within myself of that reality, of that thing, of that experience, of that version of me, letting myself feel that reality here and now without the condition of it having to show up first. It's almost like blurring the lines between my 3D reality and my internal reality. It's like I'm building the belief within myself that this is already here. This is already a realized thing. That is one way that I feel helps me. The other thing in terms of eradicating resistance that I find very helpful is to pay attention, because you will notice as you start doing this work, weeding out the resistance that comes up in a moment-to-moment basis, you will notice that the resistance will show you a lot about yourself that you maybe have not been paying much attention to. It will show you beliefs that you've been buying into, or reasons why you are generating resistance towards what you are wanting. And what I've noticed is it will give you a lot of food for thought in terms of the reasons that you are entertaining the resistance and what you've been unconsciously believing to this point. So there is teaching in the resistance that you will observe coming up as you do this work. A little word of warning, as you tune into this version of you who is experiencing this preferred reality, you are not going to be the same person you have been at point A on the map, because there is a reason that point A is not experiencing that preferred reality, because she is a different person. He is a different person. So the only way that point B is going to show up is by you being the version of you who is a frequency match for coordinate B to show up. And the only way you become a new person is by changing the coding within yourself through awareness, through energizing the frequency of you at version 2, at point B on the map. You may have also heard Abraham say many times, just lay new pipes. Don't worry about trying to clean out the pipes to this point. All the things, whether there's traumas, whether there's things from your past, you don't need to necessarily go through all the work of cleaning those pipes out. You don't need to do that. You can just lay new pipes, meaning give attention to what feels better. And the ones that are not serving you anymore, they will become inactive. And if there is some pipes that are still important to clean out to move to your next level, then you may feel called to clean out those pipes because it's the highest way for you to move to your next level. But typically, it is a matter of activating and giving attention to that which you prefer in terms of laying new pipes, and your reality will reflect that. That is the fastest way into the next version of you, the preferred version of you, where the frequency of what you are wanting is at. So just to recap, it's really about releasing resistance to point B. And as you release resistance, you will notice that you are becoming a new person, because you are no longer the person who's carrying around all that junk that was at point A on the map. And that can be an emotional journey, because I have found myself that it is very liberating, and there is a feeling of taking your power back in terms of you're no longer hosting things or a slave to certain things that are no longer serving you, things that you know you're just keeping yourself in fear around. But it can take courage. I find that I've really had to step into faith and trust and use my courage, because I've given energy to certain things like fearful thoughts. If I do this, then this might happen. Or if I do this, then I'll lose this. Or what if worst case scenario happens? It can be challenging to let go of that, especially if we feel like it is still serving us on some level, because maybe it's keeping us safe. Maybe, for example, as long as I'm people pleasing and doing all the things that are keeping my friends and people that I really value around me, as long as I'm doing all the things to please them and keep them happy, then I'll be safe. But if I walk my own path, or if I have my own opinions, or if I express what I feel is most authentic to me, if I do that, that might mean people will leave me or reject me. That can bring up a lot of fear. In this example, I feel what is most important is to walk your walk authentically anyway. And those who are meant to be in your life, those who are your people, they're not going to walk away from you. They're never going to leave you. They're never going to abandon you just because you have your own opinion, just because you're choosing what feels most aligned and most authentic for you in your journey. There's no intention of any harm to anyone else except choosing what feels right for you. You've got to take that courage. You've got to have faith and trust that those people who are meant to be in your life, they will be happy for you and they will support you and they will want what's best for you. That's an example. And I've heard a lot of people say that to me, that they're afraid to express themselves and do what they need to do or they want to do for them because of fear of what other people will think of them. It's probably one of, especially with women, I feel like it's one of the things that can hold us back most in life is fear of what other people will think of us. Being judged, being criticized, being ridiculed. It's very important to observe the resistance that comes up in us, because there is so much teaching and we really can learn a lot about what we have been entertaining along the way that is not serving us. Maybe at one point it helped us to feel safe, but we know when something is no longer serving us. And when it's no longer serving us, it is time to let it go. And like I said, it can feel scary, but the other side of that, the version of you at point B who is experiencing that reality, who is that version, she is so proud of you and she is telling you, do this work because you have no idea how much it's going to benefit you and benefit everyone around you by doing this work. It is so worth it. So circling back to Abraham's quote, you cannot get there from there. If you are still version A, and you know you're version A because you feel the same, you're doing all the same things, you're running all the same patterns, you cannot get to point B on the map. The frequencies must match. And the only way they will match is by you embodying and becoming that frequency yourself first. I feel like somebody's meant to hear this today, and I hope it lands for you the way it's landed for me. I really feel it's a game changer. If you like this video, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel, and please leave a comment if you have anything to share that resonated with you relative to this topic. I will see you on the next video. Thanks again for watching. Bye.